I don't know why I did this to myself. I don't know why this is the video I chose to make. Is it because I like pain? Am I a masochist? That's the one who likes pain, right? The masochist? I don't know. Anyway, Land Before Time. I was thinking of movies that I really want to show my son someday. Ones that I can show him soon because he's very, very little. I started pondering movies that I connected with when I was younger. Mind you, the movies I watched when I was younger was like Terminator, Predator, Alien, and it's going to be a long time before he's watching any of those. I've been making this top 10 list in my head for a while of like the movies my son needs to watch. And somewhere in there was The Land Before Time. This movie really connected with me as a kid. First and foremost, I love dinosaurs. I never really took into consideration why else until now. My other favorite movies were like Jurassic Park and Terminator. Maybe it was the more mature feel compared to Disney animated movies. And I thought this is the perfect starting place. Then I started unlocking memories of this movie and the trauma and the darkness. It wasn't until I got a little older that I realized it was kind of sad. And it wasn't like a little older that I started to remember it being sad. It was like, man, everyone thinks of like The Lion King, Bambi, other movies as the most sad movies that we grew up with. My Girl, that's one. Also sad. No one ever fucking talks about Land Before Time. Unless you find a Land Before Time video, then you could see people in those comments. Otherwise, it's like breaking shit. Even though there was like fucking 14 of these movies, I understand it was popular. But I just find it doesn't come up very much. I revisited it, and now I need a lorazepam. For this movie being sad as fuck, really do. Especially in the Littlefoot's mother's death scene. But I didn't remember how continuously depressing and sorrowing it is. Oh my god, dude. It just never stops. From like the moment the movie opens to credit roll, it is an emotional fucking roller coaster. It is an act of emotional terrorism. I have determined that The Land Before Time is objectively the saddest of all the animated movies, or of all the kids' movies. I want to explain why. Right from the hop or hatch, the movie already has a completely different tone than most animated kids' films. More somber and atmospheric, but also instantly addresses some deeper themes. The prior movies try, but it's very kid-friendly and sort of dumbed down. First and foremost, the innocence of children here is captured to an almost baby fever inducing extent. The curiosity but fear of the world around them, mixed with a kind of parental bond, I only hope more people get to experience. Honestly, it's unbeatable. Become a parent if you can afford it. It's magic. Maybe being a parent myself did make this more effective. Who knows? I know what you're thinking. None of this is sad. What is your point, fat man? Well, you're right. It's not. Yet, but it's laying the groundwork immediately. From high stakes emotions, somber visuals, in a dangerous world. In order to feel sad when tragedy strikes, we must first care. Littlefoot's birth scene alone plays so damn real. It's like you're watching like a documentary video of a real animal being born. It absolutely destroys you when he's alone because of how dependent and close he was with his mom. Also, side note, this dino playground has segregation and racism.
Three-horns never play with long necks.
Then, our guy Littlefoot single-handedly dismantles racism with one question.
It's always been that way.
Well, why?
Oh, don't worry so much.
Learn from Littlefoot. Let's not forget, they're all starving. There's no food in sight anywhere. The music has not been overly uplifting. Littlefoot's eating bark.
Littlefoot, quickly, come here. Look, up there. A tree star.
We get introduced to the world. We get introduced to Littlefoot, our hero. We get introduced to the tree star, the thing carrying us through the movie, this symbolic little leaf that I was kind of obsessed with when I was a kid, and I actually called them tree stars for a very long time. We finally lead up to the big moment. We learn that Longnecks and Three-horns can't play together. We learn that everyone's starving to death. We learn that segregation and dinosaur racism is a real thing. And we get to learn about the sharp tooth. Amongst all of this, they made the carnivorous dinosaurs, literal monsters with the red eyes on this thing, man. Like, that's a monster. But then we finally get to the big moment, the heartbreaking, inciting incident when Littlefoot's mother dies. It's far more layered than we originally think. This movie lays the groundwork again for the inevitable collapse so goddamn well. First, Littlefoot wanders too far, which attracts the sharp tooth to him and his mother. Second, Sarah's father is like nowhere to be found. He's not helping in this in any way fight off the sharp tooth. 2 against 1 is a far better odds, and she might have had a chance at surviving. But no, Littlefoot's mom, this angelic dinosaur woman, also defends this other kid. Third, the earthquake where everyone gets separated, including Littlefoot's grandparents, who, let's not forget, are losing a daughter. Because of all this groundwork from Littlefoot's birth to the tree star to the family connection through Littlefoot's own disobedience causing all of this, when we do get to the infamous death scene, it just hits our guts 10 times harder.
Dear sweet Littlefoot, do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
I guess so. But why do I have to know? You're gonna be with me.
I'll be with you. Even if you can't see me.
What do you mean if I can't see you? I can always see you.
Littlefoot, let your heart guide you. It whispers. So listen closely.
The scene on its own is already heartbreaking and trauma inducing, but with all the previously mentioned, it just elevates the whole thing. But not only is this scene really depressing, Land Before Time sort of differs itself or even elevates itself among above other animated movies is it lets the death of Littlefoot's mother just marinate on your soul for like 15 more minutes. How, like, in The Lion King, after Mufasa dies, he sort of just becomes friends with Timon and Pumbaa, and they just say, "What if you just forgot about it, bro? You know, Kuna Matata, dude. If you don't think about it, it's not a big deal." And then he just becomes fine. Same with Bambi. We just cut to the future, and he's got all these buddies. He's chasing deer girls, just living his best life. Not Littlefoot. Littlefoot gets to become fully fucking manic. That couldn't be all the sadness, right? It couldn't possibly be the saddest animated kids movie because of one sequence. After Littlefoot's mother dies, we get not one, not two, but three, almost 3.5 grieving scenes. What the hell? No other kids movie does this. You have death, then your hero meets a meerkat and a groundhog and a warthog, and the warthog and the meerkat tell him everything's fine and he just fucking moves on. That's how it's supposed to go. First, we get this crushed Littlefoot stumble onto this old stegosaurus, gives him the classic how to deal with grief advice. But the music here is just so fuck me.
The great circle of life has begun. But you see, not all of us arrive together at the end.
What'll I do? I miss her so much.
And you'll always miss her. But she'll always be with you, as long as you remember the things she taught you. In a way, you'll never be apart. For you are still a part of each other.
My tummy hurts.
Well, that too will go in time, little fella.
Teary-eyeing. Teary-eyeing? It creates the water in my face. Most movies would have already not done this scene. Most kids' movies. Mind you, every time I say movies, I'm talking about kids' movies. Bro, this is a child. You're just going to leave him? Littlefoot being actually alone is soul crushing, and I'm not quite sure how to handle it. I am a grown ass man, and the whole time I was rewatching this for footage, weeping. We then go to this like scene where this little flyer, which is a pterodactyl or a pterodon in this universe, is like starving to death, trying to get a cherry, and he's fighting with his siblings for this teeny, teeny, tiny cherry because there's no food to go around for anyone. Everyone's starving to death. Even the narrator mentions he forgot about his hunger.
At first, Littlefoot could only think about his mother. He hardly noticed his hunger and forgot about the Great Valley and that he must somehow reach it.
Okay, kids movie. Fucking chill. What is this movie? Where I think the filmmakers are truly sick people, demented people, is the next scene. The scene where we still get manic Littlefoot just moping around prehistoric Earth. This dude is literally huddling up in his mother's footprints. Poor Littlefoot has a moment with his tree star where his mother reminds him to go to the Great Valley. Now that's enough sadness for one movie. Isn't it okay, right, movie? Wrong. But then we get what I think is one of the cruelest scenes in cinema. Poor little bastard is walking along and he sees his shadow. But his shadow looks really big because of how far away he is. And he thinks it's his mum. Because he's too young to grasp the concept of death. Fuck you, movie.
Mother! It's you! Wait, Mother! Wait!
Who made this and why? How did anybody greenlight this bit? Nobody thought, hey, maybe the child licking the shadow, thinking it's his mother, is too far. Maybe we just get on with the story. No, we're doing it? Okay. Can I get just like a little bit of hope? Like a little bit? A ray of sunshine? Anything. Literally fucking anything. But that's not all. That's just the start of the scene. Nah, 2/3 of the movie is going to be dedicated to hardcore grief and depression. Enjoy, kids. After this, the movie must let up, right? It does. It does on the literal fucking torture as Littlefoot makes his friends with Ducky, Petrie, and Spike. Petrie and Ducky, by the way, goats. Only Ducky was actually able to get Littlefoot out of his slump and talk. Respect. And Petrie is just so damn quotable. I actually quote Petrie in my real life all the time with the I smell, and then I just usually say my wife. But it keeps the emotional weight constantly throughout, whether it's crushing or restoring faith. For example, we get to see Littlefoot acting extreme kindness to those who would never do the same to him by not only sharing his food with Sarah, who treats him like shit, but also allowing her to think she earned it herself to keep her confidence up. But then the movie follows that up with Sarah literally taking shots at his mom and kicking his ass. And they all just abandon him. Okay, sure, I've only been loving to all of you, but go with Sarah, you bunch of. And then just for the pendulum to swing the other way, Littlefoot still saves them from all of Sarah's bullshit. Oh, and let's not forget, a little bit before the end, they punk fake us with Petrie's death after everything. After all of that, they punk fake another death. Like, why? This movie is for children. The movie does thankfully end on a positive note, but still highly emotional. Littlefoot admitting defeat to his mother before she literally guides him to the Great Valley. Him chasing her and yelling, "Don't go." Insane. Just insane. This movie is not for children. It's not. It should be rated, don't fucking watch unsupervised or around sharp objects. Good God. I totally forgot, since last time I watched it, Spike just doesn't have a family. Apparently, he just gets adopted by the Duckies. Totally forgot that. We end with mostly bittersweet. I think Land Before Time takes the gold prize for saddest kids movie is it just never lets up. Even during its more upbeat moments, it finds a way to carry the emotional weight. I think the key difference from it and other kids movies or animated movies, like even Bridge to Terabithia, remember that, pretty sad in the last 20 minutes, but otherwise a blasty blast for the whole time through. There's no blasty blast in Land Before Time. Literally encompassing the most emotional and beautiful moments of the great circle of life with the most heartbreaking tragedy through its entire runtime, making it the saddest kids movie of all time. Maybe I don't show this one to my kid. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe it's the music. Maybe it's because I have my own kid now. Who knows? But this one hit hard. And I didn't remember how sad it was until rewatching it for this. What do you guys think? Do you think Land Before Time's the saddest? Is it even in the conversation for you? Let me know below. What do you think is the saddest kids movie? What one really fucked you up as a kid? Thank you so much for watching. And thank you everyone who watched the Tim Robinson video. That blew up a little more than I thought it was going to. Really, really happy with that. Always appreciate it. If you feel like it, like, subscribe. I'm going to just go take a fucking lorazepam or something. Good God.